It's the city, 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 it's the city with the vibe. It's the city, it's the city.
Welcome to SacVibes. We are the community engagement team and we're here to educate, engage, and empower. As usual, I'm your host for today, Danielle.
And I'm your host, Lynette.
And go ahead and say hi, Greg.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Sacramento, what's going on?
Yeah, it is a beautiful, hot Wednesday. I might be a little shiny right now. I just came from the farmer's market at Capitol Mall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hella
doing?
hot, aka hella hot.
it's not
Hella
even
hot.
that bad yet, but when it's 90 and we feel like this, we're done this summer. We're done. It's over.
Yeah.
But this is my kind of weather. I'm thriving. I feel like it's good for my skin.
Yeah.
The hair. So
My
this is
allergies
my weather.
are killing me still.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I can't complain.
Yeah.
But it's busy. It's getting really busy for the community engagement team. This is
How busy? What's going on?
hella busy, like hella hot, hella busy. We got
Mhm.
events every weekend for the next few
Oh,
months.
yeah.
So we've told folks invite us out, and they have done that. So we are sponsoring a number of events,
Mm-hmm.
and we are pulling up in different communities. Super excited about what's coming up.
And just like she said, just a reminder, if y'all have an event and you're interested in the sponsorship, you can always reach out to us at ceteam@cityofsacramento.org. We can see what we can do.
We can't sponsor everything,
Yeah.
but we can sponsor something. So
That reminds me, we were at the Hmong American Heritage Day last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It
shout
was
out to
hot.
all our Hmong residents. Yesterday, I think, was the official day. Our council
Mhm.
members were over at the Capitol. They did a resolution for our Hmong
Mhm.
Americans. So shout out to all our Hmong Americans and our first Hmong American councilwoman, Mai.
Yes.
Heart and hustle. So yeah.
Yeah, and the festival was really fun too. It was great to see all the good food, the performances, and I like being in spaces where like kids can run around, and like families can just have fun. So I'm grateful that we got to go to that event.
Yeah,
absolutely. And besides this weekend too, I heard council was kind of busy too yesterday. How'd that
Council was
go?
busy. We actually had two councils. So there was a 2
Mhm.
p.m. There was also a 5 p.m. And so at the 2 p.m., two departments presented kind of their stab at a budget reduction. So again, every
Mhm.
week we're talking about this is budget time. And so the departments that presented was the Office of Innovation and Economic Development, followed by Convention and Culture Services. And so they looked at how they would reduce 15%, but looking at a racial equity lens.
Mhm.
And so it was good to see folks being really intentional about not wanting to impact our most vulnerable people. And then followed by the 5 p.m. session, which was really around a couple of things that happened. One, we had some new appointments to boards and
Oh.
commissions. So we're
Mhm.
always advocating for people to get involved, be civically engaged. And so there's been some new appointments to the Animal Care Services Commission, the Sacramento Disabilities Advisory Commission, and then also Measure U and the Planning
Mhm.
and Design Commission.
Okay.
And then we also had the adoption of the existing building electrification strategy, which was super important. Planning has been working on this for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah. Huh.
And some of the key areas are really around how do we reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. Buildings in the city of Sacramento account for like 37%. And so hopefully we have a strategy to move forward with that. And then we also will be looking at how do we retrofit existing buildings
Mhm.
by 2045.
Yeah, that's really important. I think at our staff meeting today, they mentioned that like the buildings in our city contribute to like 35% of like the carbon,
Yeah.
that's being, I don't know, in the air in SAC. So I think some changes to that would be really cool to see.
So the carbon neutralization is essentially taking fossil fuels and
Mhm.
transitioning it into electric. And so better for the environment, better for the
Mhm.
community. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, thank you for those council updates. Some of y'all might notice that there is a third mic here, which means that we have a special guest for you today. And as opposed to the hot day it is today, our guest is so, so cool. So I am very excited to introduce you to our guest for today, Melissa.
How's it going?
It's going really good. It's going really good.
Okay.
And it is hella hot.
It's hot.
It's hella hot.
So, who are you, Melissa?
Well.
And what are you doing here?
Wow. Some people know me as the living legend, but my name is Melissa Muganzo. My pronouns are she, they, and sis. And I'm an artist in resident for the City of Sacramento's Creative Corps grant through the Department of Transportation Planning.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out for the grant so that we can have artists to help us get the message out. So we're thankful for
Our
having
artists
you.
and residents are so cool. And yeah, very excited to meet another one. So yeah, what do you do and what department are you with?
So, first of all, me and the dinosaur feel the same because it's hella hot. So, I feel you, dinosaur boss.
Yes.
So I'm located in the section of transportation planning through the Division of Public Works, and we are all focused on active transportation. So biking, walking, rolling, skating, no matter how you get around, light rail, bus, all these systems that help us navigate the city. That's what we oversee.
And you mentioned about being hot, and we're strategic about why we have the water bottle because we really want folks to make sure that you stay hydrated. You know, riding your bikes.
Right.
Please stay hydrated. Please stay hydrated.
Please don't be like me. Drink your water.
So what are some of the creative things that you're working on as an artist in government?
Yeah. So I love that it's just a new concept. So I'm going to be making promotional videos for some of the media and marketing and outreach opportunities that the transportation planning section has going on. So, for example, I'm currently working on these 30-second tutorials on how to basically properly ride your bike, which I did not know. I've been out here reckless riding bikes as a hazard. I didn't know. Or how to use things like panniers, which are like backpack satchels, or how to do an ABC quick check, which is like making sure your air and your brakes and your chain is on point before you get on these things. So it's super fun. It's informative. So, yeah.
I'm glad you
what's
mentioned.
what's the hazardous way of riding a bike? I ride
The
my
way
bike.
I've been riding in my life, my whole life.
I mean, I need to know because I'm out here riding
Yeah,
too.
I'm
not
glad
trying to
you're
be like a
making these
menace.
tutorials because I did not know anything you were mentioning. I was like, ABC.
I just need to learn how to ride a bike.
Well, there's
So-
also
Oh, you don't know how to ride a bike?
I do, but I haven't been on them
In a long time, huh?
So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
We'll do a tutorial in the alley.
that'd be
Later.
funny to film.
that will not be filmed. That
Yeah,
will
it would.
not be
We gotta
filmed.
film that.
Like I keep telling everybody, the city, we're broke. I can't be getting hurt, especially not on city property. Like,
they're going to be like,
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
was it at lunch?
Sign a waiver.
Right.
Was it on your
It
time
was
off?
after
Right,
work. None of that.
right. So, yeah, that's what we're working on.
so I'm super excited. One, to just have you be introduced to our community that's watching, but more so, you're going to be reoccurring, right? So talk a little bit about
Yes.
your segment that we'll be introducing.
So the Department of Transportation Planning has a monthly newsletter that goes out with actually like tens of thousands of subscribers, which is really cool because the last time I read a newsletter was in 1967. So I love that we have that engagement, which is fantastic. But in that, we provide these things called tips of the month. So it's everything around transportation, like how to access the light rail easier, or also how to move about the city. If there's events going on, if there's like runs and stuff, just to know. So what we decided to do is incorporate that in this podcast because tip of the month should also be active. And me actually showing you what the tips of the month should be, it would also help you engage in our newsletter. So I'm excited about that, putting some visuals on that.
But yeah, I'm really excited. Is there like maybe like a preview or a hint you can tell us about for your first what is it?
Tip of the month?
Tip of the month. Yeah.
It definitely has to do with staying hydrated because Sacramento summers, triple digits, is bad.
It's gonna be a hot one this year. I feel.
I feel like we said that every year, but for some reason this
Yeah.
year it's just feeling more spicy. What's up, y'all? It's time for tip of the month. And this month's tip of the month is don't forget to drink your water. Sacramento's summers are pretty high. You can get up to 3-digit degrees. And drinking water is a really good way of keeping you cool and staying hydrated and making sure you can handle those really hot days. So sending you love from our second floor at City Hall, and I'll see you next month.
I feel like these tips will be really helpful too because like at least for me personally speaking, like, I do dream of like riding a bike down places and stuff, but like I grew up in a place where like biking wasn't very common, so I don't always know like, okay, so if there's not a bike lane, where do I go? Do I go on the sidewalk? Do I go on the side? Or like what's like the etiquette for like turning and stuff? Because like in college, I don't think we stop for stop signs, which is bad. Don't do that. I think you're supposed to.
I'm starting to
But-
think that you don't need to be behind any wheels. I think you should just walk. You can't drive. You can't bike.
No,
I'm like,
okay, actually,
you can't parallel park.
I
Just walk.
I paralleled park last week. I did it.
Check you
That's
out.
character
Talk your talk.
development. Yeah,
Talk
so
your talk.
I don't know if I could do it again.
Do you have a
Correct us.
picture?
No.
It didn't happen.
I gotta show
Without
you at
video
one of our
proof,
events.
Danielle,
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
I'm gonna be like, you gotta watch me parallel park, and it'll be in the vlog.
No, for real.
Yeah.
So
Let's
fun
do it
fact, I
real.
actually went to UC Davis for undergrad, which is like bike
That's like bike
mecca.
heaven. Yeah.
Right. But also bike accident mecca.
Oh.
And so I remember my freshman year, I actually got into a 3-bike collision on the roundabouts. I was like,
man.
this is actually really serious. There's like bike police. Like, it was just a lot going on. And the thing you're actually talking about, we're making a video for hand signals so you can know about
like
right
the-
turns, left turns, stops, merging, all of that. It's a real life lifestyle.
Yeah.
You get bike tickets out there in Davis.
Yes, and the
I-
bike police can stop the car.
Yeah, I went to Davis too.
Okay.
I got pulled over quite a few times.
On your bikes?
Yeah, even when I'm biking, man, I
Were you
get pulled
speeding?
over. No, it was just too dark.
And
Not
they'll pull
me,
you
but
over?
the light. There was no
Yeah,
light
yeah,
on the bike.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think that's a distinguishment you had to make.
Yes.
I love our podcast.
It's so good.
SacVibes,
It's so good.
SacVibes.
Sac gets hot.
Sack
So
it.
please stay hydrated.
Yes.
It's gonna
Like
be
our dinosaur.
hot as well tomorrow, and we have a mixer. It's
Mhm.
it's
Ow.
the
We
third
do have a
Thursday. It'll be the
mixer.
third Thursday.
Every
Ow.
third Thursday, City Connect. I know we talked about it on a previous episode. And so by the time that this one airs, the one that we have tomorrow will have already been occurred. But it does have to do with the Forward Together plan that was passed in council a couple weeks ago. We're going to be talking about the plan as well as our pilot grant program that's going to be
Money,
available
money,
for
making it
our
rain.
district
Making it rain.
money residents.
You should
Um,
hear the sound you made with the mic. That was. I don't even know what to think about that. It just sounds different.
I wish I had the cash gun. I could shoot
Oh.
some money out. We making it rain in D2.
Yes,
go.
and so if you're watching this episode and it's your first time hearing about our mixers, please make it to our next one. Every third Thursday, City Connect. And yeah,
Come
Tap
for the
Wine
fun.
Lounge.
Tap Wine Lounge this
Love
week.
them.
It's gonna be in a different location. We're gonna try to do different districts every time. We want to bring events out to folks outside of the main grid, so that we can reach as many folks as possible. And we always do our best to provide food and drinks for people because we want y'all to be fed. You know.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And again, shout out to the owner. This is a minority woman-owned business who has been very involved in the Forward Together plan. She sat on the advisory committee and has just really been involved in the plan. And so it was fitting to have something there. We know we wanted to support small businesses. And so, again, we encourage folks, if you know that there's places that you think we should be, follow us on social media. Let us know. We would love to host a mixer at a small business near you.
Yes.
Shout out
Please
Cynthia.
do.
Shout out Cynthia Brooks.
Yes.
And
love
her
me
daughter,
some-
Candace.
Yes. I love them both. I love them both.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Is there anything that we
Boulevard is a
missed, Greg?
vibe. I think we got everything. We did council,
Mhm.
right? We introduced Melissa, right? What am I putting my hand out like? Nobody can even see it. We talked about the mixer. We're good.
Yep.
And drink your water, just because the
Yes,
dinosaur.
please
got
drink
laid.
your water.
Please.
Stay hydrated.
We'll also be at the Capitol May 22nd. Pacifica
Yes,
Day.
for Pacifica Day.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So that's actually on the 25th. May
25th,
25th,
sorry.
we will be supporting our Pacific Islander Americans. And then on the 23rd, we will actually be at the Dragonboat Festival.
Right.
The dinner. Mhm.
Ooh.
And
Double
then on the 29th of this month, we will be back in District 2 supporting the Neighborhood Wellness Foundation. They're having an event that's really focused on our recently incarcerated community members. And so they are encouraging folks that are open to hiring folks that have been recently incarcerated. And so the city will be supporting to provide food.
Oh,
I like
So
that.
it's
I
a
like
barbecue.
that. I do like that.
barbecue,
Yeah, DJ.
perfect for the season.
Possibility.
Oh,
The
yeah.
other thing, you mentioned DJ. DJ Greg just doesn't have the ring that I feel like it needs. And so we are asking community, what should Greg's name be? Come
Your
up with
DJ
some
name.
good DJ names and
Leave in
tag
the
on social
comments.
media.
Social media.
If we pick that name, we got 4 tickets to Sac Republic for you and your family.
Ooh.
So come up with some names for Greg.
I have to like the name too.
Okay,
That's
so
a
there,
stipulation.
there are 2 things that have to happen.
We're going to
Like,
make
we
this
gotta
we're going to
pick-
vote. We're going to vote.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to be stuck with it.
This ain't- this ain't no
We're going to do it like it's
democracy.
council.
No,
Majority
that's what we
vote.
like, and that's what it's going to be.
This is going to be like
2/3?
council.
Is that what it
2/3 and it's in name change.
Okay.
So,
DJ Aquaphor.
what should Greg's DJ name be? So,
I'm going to get in on this.
but again, we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
Thank you for vibing with us. Follow us on IG, subscribe on YouTube, and more importantly, check out the Community Engagement Team's webpage. We look forward to seeing you soon.
catch you next time.
Bye.
Peace.